What's up you guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a game called Lumberjacks Dynasty, and this is one that was recently released. I am playing the PS4 version on PS5 via backwards compatibility, and from what I've seen so far of the game it does look pretty decent. I mean, I recently covered Lumberjack Simulator on the channel, and that was a game that was also released recently, although I did have a preview code for that one. As where this one is more of a life simulation game, so it does feature more sort of RPG elements and bits and bobs that you wouldn't necessarily find in a simulator, more so taking on sort of social roles and building relationships instead of just doing your job and sort of doing the sort of tasks that a usual simulator would throw at you. In this instance, we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you just a little bit about what this game's like to get started. Maybe we'll do a couple more videos after this and just play and just see what happens. So what I'm going to do firstly is just hit start. And as you can see from the very first get-go here, we do have two options for a character. We can either have somebody who's physically strong, eats more but has more stamina, but is faster with chainsaws, or the other option is to go with somebody who's more socially skilled, eats less but gets tired easier, and faster with building tools. We're going to go with the first one just to get started here. Now, as you can see and as you can tell from those two choices, there is opportunity in this game to look after yourself in terms of sleeping and eating, and I would love to explore that together. So maybe as we go on with our videos, we'll be able to do that. But just to get started here, I'm going to show you what you need to do just to get the ball rolling, so to speak. The game, when it does load, will actually take us into an opening cutscene, and I'll stay quiet during that just so we can watch that together and see the intro to the game.
Major changes in your life often come unexpected. A week ago, my favorite Aunt Grace called me. As a boy, I used to spend a lot of time on her lumber farm. Now, of course, she and my Uncle Charles have grown old, and they're looking forward to a happy retirement. They decided to sell their dwindling business and need my help to bring it up to shape. I'm only too happy to help them. Besides, I'm beginning to realize how much I miss the peace and quiet of the mountains. The clean air, the stunning views, and the sweat of good old-fashioned hard work. I'll put my city life on hold, turn off my telephone, and return to the bosom of nature, at least for a while.
So that's the intro sequence, so here we are, we're going to meet Auntie.
Great to see you. It's been years, but you've grown up so handsome. We've both missed you.
It's nice to see you too. You look great as always, dear Auntie. I'm looking forward to staying with you.
Well, thank you. You'll have our old house all for yourself. We've moved to a smaller house right across the street. It's a lot easier to keep tidy.
I see you want to sell most of your property.
Yes, we're looking for a buyer for the house and the lumber mill. We haven't got the strength anymore, and with no one to help, the buildings are a bit run down.
I'll be only too glad to help you with whatever you need me to do. You realize that, don't you?
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I'm indeed worried about your uncle. He's too old to be out working in the forest, doing all the heavy lifting himself.
I can imagine. The forest has always been very close to his heart. So how about a little tour?
Follow me. I will show you everything.
So this is us getting started
I'm
and
really
generally
fond of
listening
this
to the
place.
story.
I've spent most of my life here.
It's pretty clear and pretty obvious really that your auntie and uncle are looking to sell and move on.
Hello? Yes, darling? He just arrived. Oh no, do you need any help? I will ask him. Your uncle has a problem in the forest. Could you please get over there and see what's wrong?
Yes, of course. Where can I find him?
He's in a clearing behind the sawmill. I am sure you'll find him right away. Take our old pickup. It's parked in front of the house.
Will do. See you later.
Okay, so as you can tell, some of the voice acting's a little bit on the amusing side of things. And as you can see, as we look around, a lot of these buildings are dilapidated. They need a lot of work. And as you can also tell, typical simulation style for a game, which has been built by I guess what you'd call an indie developer. There is a few bugs and a few strange glitches, as you can see. The lighting wise, as you approach a building, the lighting changes. It's rather interesting, really, to see when you sort of get up close. The whole lighting situation changes. Now, this game has an update. Even today, it's had an update. So, I would expect for some of these things to have been fixed by now. But, yeah, I guess not. Well, I guess we'll see what happens as time goes on. Now, the Dynasty series, or Dynasty, if you're old school, is an interesting one because there's a number of different games, and generally they are PC games. Now, there's Farming Dynasty, there's other games like, they're on the way, I believe, like Wild West Dynasty and Sengoku Dynasty. Different stories, different things, but they're generally all based around sort of role-playing certain characters. And in this one, I've only just barely got started with it, but enough to show you the ropes. But yeah, as you can see, we're just driving along here. Now, I will say that what's interesting as you're driving, the only way to look backwards is from the third-person camera. If you were to go inside, for example, you can't see backwards, even in the mirrors. The mirrors aren't detailed, so yeah, we can't really, roleplay from that perspective. We have to jump to the third-person camera if we want to really drive effectively without pulling in front of other drivers, for example. But as we work our way through this very first part, you'll see that there's a fun part of this game, and something that I want to explore most definitely, regardless of the bugs and glitches. And they're certainly not as ferocious as some of the games that we've played more recently on the channel. No names mentioned here. So what we'll do is we'll just park up over here and see what Uncle wants, and we can enjoy more of the voice acting. Right, okay, let's find out where he is. So he's over here by the looks of things.
Hello, lad. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too, dear uncle. Aunt Grace told me you have a problem.
Got stuck in the mud. I used to be better at handling an accelerator. Can you help me?
Sure, no problem. What do you want me to do?
Get on the tractor and try to attach the trailer. Let's see if you could get it out of the water.
Okay, so here we go with our first task. So what we're going to do is just jump in the tractor, and as you'll see, it's very simplistic, the driving and all that type of thing. Now, I do want to see what the game has depth-wise. We're just going to simply just reverse up, and as you can see, it's a little bit jerky. That wasn't me. I was being very, very tender on the L2 there. What you're going to do once you approach is just press down on the D-pad to attach, and as you can see, it kind of jerks on. And we're just going to drive forward just to pull this trailer out for Uncle, like so. I thought I was loading something else then. Okay, we need to walk back round to him.
Well done. You have some skill, you know that? But this is just the beginning. Let's see if you remember how to handle a tree this time. Follow me, lad.
Okay, so this is our sort of beginning in the lumberjack part of things now.
Now pick up the chainsaw. Still remember what I taught you. Be careful.
So here we go. Our first tool, the chainsaw. And we're going to cut this tree down, just to get started. So once again, it's a similar sort of thing to Lumberjack Simulator, I guess. You just sort of move it along, keep it within the sort of parameters that it's set for you. And away you go, fairly simple.
Great technique. You really have grown up strong. Now you need to cut away the branches.
There we
and
go.
cut the trunk into logs. Think you can load the logs onto the trailer? Bring the vehicles here and give it a try.
Okay, so we are going to cut this here. Now, one thing to mention is you can try and guess for yourself where to cut. As you can see, it does bring up a prompt, so you can do it that way. And there you go, there's some branches come off. But if you really want to see where you should cut, if you hold down R1, that gives you engineer's sight. Gives you a bit more sort of detail on where you should be cutting. So here we go. And again over here. So there we go. And now what's important here is that you cut this down into chunks, because if you don't, you won't be able to do the next part. So here we go. And this one. Right, okay, so we're going to go back to our tractor and trailer with the hook on the back, the sort of crane. We'll jump in. Uncle's already in there by the looks of things. So we'll press X to get in. We're going to drive over to the logs. See if I can see where they are. Okay, there they are. And we'll just pull alongside if we can. As carefully as possible. And there we go. Right, okay. So as I said, if you haven't cut this big tree down into smaller pieces, you won't be able to do this. Trust me, I've tried. We can also throw on some lights by pressing up on the D-pad like that, which is quite useful. Now, in order to switch to the crane control, we're going to press and hold square, and then we can start moving this around. And in order to grab the actual pieces of tree, all you've got to do is just sort of hover over it, and then you can easily, you don't need to worry about opening and closing the crane. All you need to do then is just to press X, and it just grabs it, and then you move it over here. Then you press X again to release. It's really that simple. Let's see if we can get this one. So once again, you just press X, and then you can pick it up and move over and press X to release. I think we're going to have to reverse a teeny tiny bit. There we go. And then we can once again hold down square and maneuver this across. We press X to pick up and move across. Press X to drop. It's really that simple, and we're all done with that particular part now. So we're going to take the logs to the riverbank. So it's just a little turn here. I'll tell you what, we'll swing round a bit more. We might struggle. We'll come round because, yeah, we would have struggled with that other tree in the way. Once again, you can go from internal if you want. Where's Uncle? Oh, there he is. Okay, so we'll just pull up here. Then move a little bit further down. And there we go. So it says drop the logs into the river. They will float to the lumber mill, soaking along the way. Now, I didn't know that they do this actually, but obviously they must do for this to be included. So all we need to do again is hold down square, press X. We can move this log across, and press X to drop. So that one's in, and again just with the other two, repeating the same process. Nice and simple so far, and I like nice and simple, to be honest with you. I want to see where the depth comes into this game though, because from a sim perspective, I imagine there is some depth.
Well, enough for today. Let's just head home.
So we are going to now drive back.
Thanks again for helping me. You did just fine today. Perhaps you'd like to help us with the farm and lumber mill some more, eh? Or even think about settling down here. Life is good and quiet. I'm sure you'd like it.
Certainly consider that, Uncle.
You don't have to answer right away. Just think about it while you're helping us here for a week or two, and then we'll see if you like living. All right?
So as I said, you can sort of look left and right. If you want to look behind you, you've got no chance. Oh, that car kindly let us out there. That's odd for a simulation game. The AI is usually very aggressive. Okay, so we'll park here. There we go. So that's our first bit done. And as you can see, we're parked quite tidily there as well. Not too shabbily, at least we're off the road. And we'll go over now and we'll see what we're going to be doing next.
Hello, boys. Did you sort it out?
Yes, it was a refreshing experience.
If you still feel like it, I will show you around the farm.
Yeah, we'll go with, yeah, I would love to have a look around.
I would love to have a look around.
Okay, so it's brought up the option to save, which we will most certainly do at this point. When I first tried to save, this is the very first time I played, it crashed at this point. I hope it doesn't happen this time. Looks like we're okay. It looks like we're safe for the moment.
Healthy food has always been important to us. Charlie planted these apple trees many, many years ago. They still bear lots of
I've lost
fruit.
her. Where is she? Where's she gone? Okay. Now it's telling me. Okay, she's over here. Apple trees, you say?
I've always dreamed of putting up a hive here, but, well, I never did. It would be really good for the trees and the flowers, and I just love honey.
So that's one thing I guess that we'll be doing, is putting a hive in.
The greenhouse is in pretty good condition. You can buy seeds in the store and you could grow vegetables really fast.
Another
This
one.
farm could become self-reliant in no time.
The other thing is you can kind of open
Now
any
the
doors.
workshop, your uncle's kingdom. You can refuel and wash every vehicle here. With a few improvements, you should even be able to carry out your own repairs.
So this is quite cool as well, the fact you've got a repair workshop, and from what I can tell, the game hopefully will open up at some point and you can kind of, outside of the instructional tutorial, start doing your own thing. Maybe. I have actually got Farmers Dynasty, but I haven't played it. I just didn't get around to it for some reason. It's still a game that I want to play. I'll probably end up maybe taking a look at that on Twitch or something like that. If you're not following me on Twitch, I'd love it if you'd go ahead and do that, as I will be playing some games like this on there as well. But yeah, there's a link in the description if you want to do that. But for the time being, I think we can really explore quite a lot in this game.
It hurts me to see the buildings in this awful state. If you are up to it, you might start doing something about it right away. There should be some tools in the workshop.
Okay, so let's go and grab our tools. So we've got a nice nail gun
So
here.
you found something. Good. Now you can try it out. Do you think you can fix this wall?
So basically, you just walk up and you can start fixing stuff simply by pressing square. And it's really that simple. I mean, there is a lot to fix.
Dear. These repairs will do for now, but of course it doesn't look too pretty, does it? But once you can produce planks in the sawmill, you can restore these walls to their former glory. Only fully dried planks can be used for buildings, so if you're in a hurry, you'll have to buy some in the store. And you can repaint these too. I'm sure someone will teach you how to do that.
So that could be quite cool. So you can go around with a nail gun, or you can replace the actual planks yourself properly, or you can...
I remember the old days when this barn was full of animals. If you can repair these walls and the roof, you'll be able to keep animals in here again. See if you can climb up and check out the roof. Then you can use scaffolding to carry out the necessary repairs.
Okay, well I guess we can give that a go. So we've got our scaffolding. Now what we're going to do with this? Alright, so let's just place that here. Square. Okay. Do we need another piece in here, or...? How do we do a ladder? Oh, it stuck it back down. Square. How do we actually climb up? I'm not entirely too sure how we're going to climb up here, to be fair. I have a feeling that we're missing something here. There we go, that's better. That one's got a ladder. I wonder why it let us place that one round there, but if we go and then we select nail gun, hopefully we can do some repairs on the roof using this. How do we actually get up onto the roof though? That's the real question. Oh, we've dropped down. Okay, maybe we need to put another piece of scaffolding on top of this one, maybe. We go back into our menu and then select that one. Can we place one on top? We put one that way. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're kind of building around, I guess. Okay, well, I guess we're just trying to get on the roof for now, so we'll get up here. We'll switch back to our nail gun now. And whoa, nearly fell off there.
I'll show you the house.
Yeah, so there we go. There's a bit of repair work done. Okay, so I guess the idea is then is to put the scaffolding all the way around, maybe, or at least enough so you can get through. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be a fair amount of repair work to do, and once we've repaired certain buildings, we can then use them for their actual purpose.
This house needs renovating too, but it should be cozy enough for you as it is. I'm sorry we can't offer you anything better, but at least you'll have a bedroom, a kitchen, and a bathroom. You can cook for yourself and relax in the evenings.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, it sounds like there's going to be quite a lot of stuff going on. Let's get this door open and have a look in here. So this looks like the basement. I wonder what those things are. Maybe wine of some description. Nice little cellar. Okay, it doesn't look like there's an actual way up to the top from inside here, but we can at least fix this door and close that like that. Okay, where's she gone now? So she's over here.
Try to get to know the neighbors. I'm sure they'll help you too. We have fishermen, herbalists, farmers, you name it. Peaceful and friendly people.
There's plenty of work in our lumber mill out there. Make sure to check it out as well. You should be able to get it going again, and who knows, maybe even make it profitable.
And remember, whenever you need anything, you can always come to us. You can be sure I'll have some treat waiting for you. You know you must always eat well and get plenty of sleep to keep up your strength.
See you soon, lad.
Okay, so we've looked around. Well, I'll take a look in our house. But it sounds like we're going to be sleeping pretty soon. And that'll be the end of this day. I wonder what tomorrow's going to bring. Might not be a bad idea to punch some of these while we're here. It's kind of addictive, I do have to say, to go around and just sort of repair stuff. There's some that you can't reach. Well, I've managed to get that one, but I noticed one on the other building when I was originally taking a look at this game that I couldn't reach for some reason, so I guess we'll see how we get on as time goes on. Let's have a look and see what's in here. A few more bits and bobs to fix here. Yeah, it does give you a sense of fulfillment in a kind of very simple way, which is good. Nice and simple and straightforward. There's no sort of complexity at the moment. When I said there's no way up, maybe there is, because it looked like there was a hole there in the wall, in the floor, should I say. So if we press triangle as well, we can see how we're doing condition-wise. So food 42, sleep 40, food's dropped by 1. And we've got some beer, sausage, bits and bobs. I guess we could eat a sausage. Alright, so that's bumped our food up to 69, so that's probably going to help us a little bit. I guess also in that menu, there's the skills over at the side as well. Lumberjack, builder, mechanic, trader, and cook. So aside from having an inventory, money, social points, and knowing the time, etc., we can also take a look at skills as well. Let's try square on this screen. Okay, so this is just the sort of game information then. And it looks like we don't have any buildings completely fixed. We've got a greenhouse available to us, and then we've got debarking, saw, building silo, and a farm animals section as well. Okay, well, we're at the guest house, so I guess we'll get some sleep and see what tomorrow brings. Head upstairs, see if we can find the bedroom. Here we are, so here's the bed. Take a week's rest. No, I think we'll sleep. See what time it puts us in till. So what time is this now? 6 o'clock or 600? Okay, so we're 100% on sleep now. Got a nice little patio area here. Probably could do with a bit of fixing. But we'll get to that. Let's go and see what we're doing next. I'm trying to find my way to where it's telling me to go now. Oh, downstairs. And we'll head back out this doorway. And we can run by holding down R2. I guess we're going over to Auntie and Uncle's house just to find out what's going on. And what's the best way to go in here? Oh, here we are.
Hello, dear. Good to see you.
I guess we'll just say hello.
Hello, Auntie. How are you?
I am fine, darling. But you look half starved, dear. Here, I've prepared something for you.
Excellent. That's going to help us out. I guess we'll ask if they need any help.
Need me to help you with something?
I haven't heard from Lily for quite some time. Could you go over there and see if she's okay? She's a herbalist, so she might be able to teach you a thing or two, too.
Alright, we'll do that. I need to ask you something. Maybe not. Well, I guess we could.
I need to ask you something.
Of course, sweetheart. What do you want to know?
Okay, so we could find out about the greenhouse, animals, gardening, cooking tips. Okay, I guess we'll ask about animals. That could be something that we could pursue.
You mentioned animals.
You can keep cows and hens in the barn you saw on the farm. Perhaps even geese or ducks. Just think of it. Having your own eggs and milk. Good food and good profit, too. You have to collect the eggs and milk the cows yourself every morning, but I'm sure you'd really like the real farm life here. You could also keep a cat to keep mice and rats away. Maybe a rooster if you're fancy. And of course a dog is your trusty companion. A lot of people around here keep sheep, too. Naturally, there is more work with them, but sheep are so lovely.
Well, there we go. Okay, we'll go over and see the herbalist.
Look after yourself.
There's this delay between each screen as well, which is a little bit slow. Say hello to
Need me
Uncle.
to help you with something?
Well, yes, actually. Our pickup, Christine, is left in the forest. She's not worth much, but it would be a shame if somebody stole her. Would you mind driving her back here?
Okay, so he wants me to go and get the pickup, and then we have to visit the herbalist. Okay, well I guess I guess we're walking because we can't leave another vehicle in the forest. So we'll run over here. I guess we're running it as fast as we can. But that's making us hungry. Let's take a look in our menu and see what Auntie gave us. How do we go down? Well, that's rather odd. It won't let us move down in the inventory. So the right stick moves down, up and down the skills. Your left stick moves through your inventory, but it won't let us select that bowl of food which is below, which is kind of weird, right? I would have expected that a push down on the D-pad or the left stick would have sorted that for us. How do we get out of here? We're kind of trapped now. Okay, I guess it's not that way. Oh, there's a way through this way at least. Yeah, there's a lot of Wow, that's rather loud. Okay, well that's the sawmill by the looks of things. Well, it's running. Can we walk across here? Across this catwalk? Oh, there we go. That's where the logs come out of the water. Okay, looking good. Looking interesting. It is looking very interesting. I'm sure we're going to learn about that. And again, some more stuff here that we'll have to learn about. I wonder whether... You know, it sounded like some of these things... And then the sound suddenly just cut out. But no, it sounds like some of those things are going to be things that we're going to need. Like to make planks and stuff like that. Which would then be used to fix our buildings. Okay, here we go. Do we have a map, by the way, if we press the... Oh, yeah, we do. So if we press down on the touchpad, we get a map. Okay. Let's go back. Well, it's made us exit the vehicle by doing that. Okay. So I think you'll agree, there's something interesting and rather charming about it, despite, you know, the obvious drawbacks like the voice acting and some of the little bugs. But yeah, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. I'm interested in seeing the previous title as well, Farming Dynasty, or Farmers Dynasty should I call it. I think that's probably the correct name. And also to see what the new titles are that they're bringing out as well. Right, here we are. There we go, Christine's back.
I brought the car like you asked.
Wonderful, thank you. Now that I think about it, you could use the truck more than I do now. Why don't you use her while you're here? She's not much, but I'm sure you'll like her. You should go and see Oliver. Last time we talked, he mentioned something about his barn that needs some repairs. Perhaps you could help him. I actually feel bad about asking you, but you've seen our old house and farm buildings. They're all in really bad condition. Could you bring them back to life? What do you think? Help us old folks. We will share the extra profit, but only after we sell it. I cannot afford to pay you at the moment, but if you help, you will live comfortably while you stay here.
That sounds good. I'll sort that out.
Well, there we go. So we've been tasked with sorting the stuff out, which is what we thought was going to happen anyway. So we do have a vehicle, though. We've acquired a vehicle, so that's good. So he wants us to talk to Oliver, although I thought we were also going to talk to a botanist. I wonder if he's come up now. So we've got a couple of tasks that have come up on here now. So we've got a place to stay, repair all the farm buildings. So that's going to be a good one. We've got we've got Aunt Grace that we can talk to again. We've got the unfinished tower, which is Natalie. There's a strange construction up on the hill, should I say. Perhaps it's worth a visit. I thought there was one up there. Don't think so. What's this one? Oliver? Can we zoom out? Oh, there we go. I thought there was a botanist. Let's. Is Ant nearby? See if we can get that quest line in order. Okay, so that's repairing that part. We've got the old pickup. Maybe we should bring that across here. And we've put our scaffolding in place. I don't know where Ant is actually now. If we press on her, does that then highlight? Oh, it looks like it. Okay, I don't know what she's doing up on this hill, but I think let's make sure that that's the one that's highlighted. Oh no, the unfinished tower. That's highlighted now. She's supposed to be near here. She's supposed to be nearby. I can't quite see where she is. Well, there's Uncle again. So it's saying that she's just here. Right, that's Uncle, isn't it? Oh, there she is.
I spotted a rather strange-looking man down by the river. He hid in the bushes when he saw me. Could you please check on him? I must say I'm a little scared.
Will do. See you later.
So all the tasks is just like, oh yeah, we'll do, no worries at all. That's no problem. We can certainly do that. Yeah, okay, so we're going to be doing that one as well, guys. But for now, that's our first introduction. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this game brings. Outside of the little lighting issues, which obviously we can still see even now. But we've got the pickup, and I'm pleased with that. And we've made a good start. So I want to thank you so much for coming through and watching this video. Please do leave me a like. It would mean a great deal to me. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel for further content, because there's certainly more on the way. I want to thank you so much for coming through today, and I'll catch you guys again soon.